Good morning. Welcome to Outdoor Fitness, Saturday morning, lockdown fitness. Get up and get going. My short little workout for you once a week. I've been doing this all through lockdown and it's people really like it. We have a bit of fun and we are getting fitter as we're doing it. So what are we doing today? Today is all about using the Swiss ball again, and if you haven't got a ball, it doesn't matter because I'll give you options to do it on the floor. We're going to do some balance work as well, so that's still working on the core. Good morning, Andre. Can you do me a favor? Can you hear me all right? Hello, Coral. How are you? Because I've had to put the headset on because there's a bit of a breeze, so I wasn't sure if I was on the right microphone. So if you could just tell me that you've got sound, that would be great. So we're going to do some mobility with the ball. Then we're going to do some abdominal exercises and some leg exercises. And then we're going to finish off with doing some balancing using just one leg to improve our balance. So that's our plan. The beasties have been walked and are locked away because they were trying to join in earlier on and it was just chaos. Yes, all good. Thank you very much. Okay, so let's go. Have you got a safe space to do it in? And sensible footwear and your water, which I've forgotten. And start with that. Just for Andre, the wellies are back. Jacket's coming off. It's a beautiful day here, but it is still a bit cold. So get your ball, park yourself on your ball. Everything in those tram lines, shoulders, hips, knees, ankles in alignment. And to start with, just some pelvic tilts backwards and forwards. So you're just rolling off those seat bones just a few times. If I turn this way, so you've got your pelvis, tuck it under, stick it out behind you. Tuck it under, stick it out behind. And then we're going to go side to side. So I'm onto one cheek, onto the other. Just rolling through. Just a couple. And you decide how many you're going to do. I'm not even going to attempt to count reps today because I was rubbish last week. Come around this way. You can see onto one cheek, onto the other. And then let's do a circle. So circle that ball round. The bottom of my ball is drawing a circle on the floor. Keep everything even. Need to go the other way. Really good for loosening out the spine. You can make it a bit bigger and involve a pelvic tilt as you do it. So if I try and show you from here, you keep going. So I'm going to draw a circle. Now I've got that tilt that way. Tilting under, neutral, out, under. Good for riders. Softening and loosening out that lower back so that you can absorb the impact of the horse's movement under you, especially if you've got a big moving horse or a big canter. Excellent for that. Okay, we did some curl-ups last week. We're going to do those again this week. You can do that on the ball or on the floor. So just a reminder, you want to make sure that your lower back is supported on the ball. And go back over the last few weeks that I've been doing this on Saturdays because there's information about what size ball you need for your height. Generally, if you're up to 5'7", you need 55 centimetres. 5'7" to 6 foot is 65, and if you're more than sort of 6'1", then you need the biggest ball, which is 75. So lower back supported. You can have your hands by your head. You can have them on your thighs. Draw that belly button in. Remember that belt that we do up, and then let it out a couple of notches, and then just lift the shoulders and lift or slide. Let's do two more. And if you're on the ball, it's really nice, as long as you don't have any back issues, just take those arms over and just stretch out. My fingertips are on the floor. Stretch and relax. And that's your basic curl up. If you're doing it on the floor, then feet flat on the floor, knees in line with your hips. Again, you can have your hands on your thighs. Breathe out as you come up and up. Hands by your head. Lift the shoulders off the floor. You're not going for a full sit-up because that's involving different muscles. It's literally just the shoulders off the floor and back down again. Right, next one. Again, get yourself balanced on the ball so you're not lopsided. Ideally, you want 90 degrees at the hip, the knee, and the ankle. Hands in front, and you're going to sit back to that point of balance, and you will feel your tummy muscles engage and almost be under tension, and then come back up nice and tall. Keep breathing. Now, this is really quite a hard exercise on the ball. So if you're new to it, just go a little way and come back up. As you get stronger, then you can start to go further. If you're doing it on the floor, just come down. Just the sort of tips of your heel on the floor, just that bit. To start with, hands in front, curling back. Sit up, curl back. Sit up, curl back. If you want to make it harder, take the arms overhead, curl back, up, and curl. Okay, so that's your sit back. Again, still working the abdominal muscles, but just a different way of doing it and different angles, and gravity affects it differently, so it'll make it a little bit more interesting for you. Now we're going to do a bridge. We're going to do it slightly differently this week. So you want your knees on the ball, hands on the floor, palms up. That stops you pushing into the floor and cheating. Up into your bridge and hold. So it's almost like a face-up plank. I'm straight all through my body. Then I could start to curl through my spine and lower down, bone by bone. Come up through my tailbone, pelvic tilt, up, hold, engage, squeeze, and then starting at the top, I'm pushing every vertebrae into the floor till I get back down to the bottom. And that's basic bridge. You can do it without the ball. Just have your feet on the floor, everything in alignment, push yourself up, curl back down, bone by bone. And you'll probably find you get a bit more movement through the spine if you're doing it on the floor. Okay, tilt, push, tuck every bone in, and really think about somebody pushing you through here to get your back to touch into the floor, because you've got 33 bones in your spine and you want all of them to be able to move a little bit within its correct range of movement. So that's your bridge. With the bridge, you can make it, if you're new to it, start with the ball quite close to you and just lift those hips up and you'll be more stable. If you want the advanced, you're quite comfortable with doing these exercises like this, you've got no health issues, then you can be on your heels and it's much more unstable and down. You can, go into a higher bridge, but you'll start to target the hamstrings a little bit more, which is our next exercise. So, feet on the ball, body on the floor, engage that core. You're going to push yourself up again, and any comments I will come back and answer in a second. So, you're going to go up, draw the knees in, try and keep the hips off the floor, roll out, stay up. This is hard. Some people do get cramp when they're doing it. You want to make it harder, go higher and out. Bring it in. Keep it up and out. Or make a movement out of it. So get your stability. Come up. Roll in. Lift. Down. Roll out. It's a bit like the old pick a mix on the sweeties. You can choose how you put them together, but just keep it safe. You know, none of this is to cause an injury. It's all to strengthen and help you feel fitter and stronger. If you've got any concerns about joint issues, health concerns, get checked out before you start. These videos are all on here. You can go back and check them all and join in whenever you want. If you haven't got the ball, don't worry, I've got an option for you. So you're going to go back up into your bridge, and then you walk the feet out as far as it's comfortable for you to go, and then bring them back in. You're still working hamstrings, still got the glutes off the floor. Down, 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 step, 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 step. Still working through here. Quite a hard exercise, but really good and a nice challenge if you like a little bit of a challenge. What we're going to do now is we're going to work the glutes. So I'll get my angles so you can see. Now, the further up the ball your body is, the more stability you're going to have. Hands on the floor, so I'm almost in a press-up position. Then you're just going to lift one leg and then the other. Still keeping the core engaged and squeezing through your glutes, okay, your bottom. So as I lift, whoops, and I fall off. As I lift my left leg, my left cheek is contracting. I can feel it. So I'm trying to show you, but it's not easy to do. You can see and feel that it's contracting. You can see wrinkles in my leggings as I'm doing it there. What you can do, one leg, two legs, both legs. One leg, two, second leg, both legs. Quite hard, but really good for strengthening through the spine as well. And again, hello, the further down the ball, because my feet are both off the floor now as I'm doing this, which is increasing the amount of work my abs are having to do. So the floor, got your mat, face down. Don't know if the camera will show this. Rest your head on your hands. Lift, lift. You want to make it a bit intense? Do say 10 on the same leg. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep your hip bones on the floor. 6. Relax. 8, 9, 10. Or do as we were doing it. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Both together. 3. Now, if you're doing it on the floor, you won't get quite so much lift as you would on the ball because of the angles, but it's still working through those glutes and through the core. Right, now we're into the balance work. So we're going to be standing on one leg, and that might be enough. Maybe 5 seconds, change legs. If you're quite stable and you want to progress it, you're going to lift higher, take it through to the back. And again, I'm getting this contraction through my hip, through my glutes. So I'm lifting, I'm extending, but I'm trying not to tip forward too much so that I really concentrate on this area. Lift, extend. Now you might be able to see that glute working. So here it's all full and round, not awful, but it's full and a rounded shape. When I take it back and through, I get a dent here and those wrinkles change. Up and it's contracting. Up, contracting. So look at the wrinkles and they change there. Up and back. I do that on both sides. So up, get your position, take it back. Up, take it back. Okay, then you can progress it. We're going to still stand on one leg. Always set your core. So put that belt on tight as you can, then let it out 2 or 3 notches. Leg comes up. Foot might only be a few centimeters off the floor. It doesn't matter. You can have it in front. You might want to take it behind. Take it slightly out, wherever you find your balance. Then you're going to push the hands forward. If you had some weights, you could do it with weights or a band. And then see if we can go overhead. Then see if you can put both together. Press, push, press, push, press, push. What happens if you change the position of that leg? If I lift it higher, is it harder? Yes, it is. So that would challenge me even more. Make sure you do it on the other leg as well. Set core, push, extend, push, extend, push, extend. Okay, so we're going to work the biceps. We need those guns. We need these arms to start looking nice because the spring and the summer's coming. You might want to wear sleeveless clothing and you want it to look really nice and toned and firm. So again, your simple bicep curl, taking it into a tricep extension. So from here, curl up and then take it behind, but on one leg. And this means you don't need heavy weights to do it. So set the core, lift, curl, push behind, curl, push behind. So as I curl, my bicep is working. As I turn, as I push behind, the back of my arm is working. So you should feel it in here. So front, back. Shall we do the other side? Balance, position is everything first of all, then the extra exercise. Front, back. Front, take it back. Front, take it back. As I say, you can do this with water bottles. You can do it with weighted balls, dumbbells, distance bands, anything. Or you can just do it like this, because you're still working that muscle and you're still working your core. And by doing the balancing exercises at the end, it's even harder because you've been working those core muscles in the exercises that we did first of all. So we're just going to do some stretches. Just going to take the arms out, open the chest. You could bend the arms and have it that way. That's absolutely fine. But you're looking to get width across the front of the chest. You want those collarbones as wide as possible. And drop the arms down. A few shoulder rolls. Good. And then we're going to move the rib cage from side to side. So I'm going to reach, 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 reach. I'm not moving my lower body. If you haven't got a ball, you could do this sitting on the floor. Have your legs out, have them crossed, whatever's comfortable for you. Reach, 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 reach. And it's really quite good for body awareness as well, because you can feel your weight through your seat. So for you riders, you can tune your mind into what's happening in your seat and in the saddle. Are you sitting heavier on one cheekbone than the other seatbone? You know, how much has your body moved as you've gone around that circle? If your body's moving and you don't want it to move, is that pushing your horse off balance? So you need to be stable but flexible. We don't want you rigid, because then you'll just wobble off, and that will affect the way your horse goes. And for those of you that are non-horsey, it's still really good flexibility through the rib cage, and it will also help with your breathing, because if your ribs can work properly and the muscles that are involved with the rib cage, you'll get better breath, more oxygen, more nutrients going around the body, and you'll also be able to get rid of the carbon dioxide, which is a byproduct of breathing. So you'll feel better. You won't feel so and sluggish. So that's the arms. We're going to take one arm behind, just push from the front. You see people doing it this way. That's fine, as long as you don't crunch your chin on your chest, okay? Because then you're putting pressure on your neck, and it's not a very good position to be in. So from here, I just push. Sometimes I come out and I use the strap. So I've got the strap in one hand and pulling down with the other, but I didn't bring it out this morning because the puppy stole it last week and it was a bit of a nightmare. A couple of rolls to finish off with. Then we're going to take those arms up, just turn and turn. A little bit more mobility for the spine. And you may find that turning one way is easier than turning the other way. Just depends. And we're going to do a hamstring stretch because we work those in the session. Either one leg bent, foot on the floor, bring the other leg up, keep your head on the floor. And again, this is where you could use your strap. Hold wherever it's comfortable. Just be careful you're not pulling on the knee. And if you point your toe towards you, that will get stretched lower down. And just hold 15, 30 seconds, wherever you need to be. Make sure you do the other side. And again, the other side may be a little tighter. And you think, oh, that doesn't move as easily. So you need to work on that leg more. You can straighten the other leg if you've got a strong enough core. But by having one leg bent, you protect your lower back. And the key to stretching is to breathe. That's quite handy. I'm going to pull on my welly. I knew there was a reason I put them on. And relax. And you're done. So short and sweet this week, but lovely to be outdoors. I'm so grateful that you've managed to join me. This is always on the page. You can go back and do it as many times as you like. Look at the others that I've been doing. It's always Saturday morning at 9:30. And yeah, it's been a good week. So I'm involved in an online event this weekend, which is covering the Horsham area, which is called Kinder Spring. And we've got all sorts of online events, webinars, Zoom calls going on about sustainability. There's some gardening things. I'm doing obviously the health and well-being, and it's all free. So if you're bored, you want to pop over to Kinder Spring, have a look at what's going on, and you can book your sessions. Rest of the week, just the same. We're still looking that I will be out and about again 12th of April. Fingers crossed. It's looking promising. In the meantime, I've got online appointments this week, helping people. So I'm still working, still busy, and I've got all week to plan next week's session for you. So if there's anything that you want me to put in, let me know, send me a message. If you're stuck with anything or you need any help with any equipment or what to do with this, you found something in the bottom of the cupboard and you've no idea what it is, send me a picture and I'll talk you through it. Absolutely. So hope you've enjoyed that. And I will see you next same time, possibly the same place, might be out and about, depends on the weather. Keep your water levels up. Have a good week. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.